Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori, and tonight I'm really excited to do this. I want to just jump right in. When they gave me the idea, I was like, yes! I love pick-a-cards. Let's dig right in. What we're going to be looking at is your new reality. This is going to be a timeless pick-a-card, so whenever this video finds you, we are trusting that there's a message here for you, okay? So I have 3 different decks here. The only one I know the name of is this one in the middle. It's the Light Seers. I'm terrible with the decks. I am going to shuffle them so that we can select the cards on camera. And if you want to just move past the shuffling part, then the timestamps will be below. All right, so this is going to be pile number 1. I usually am led to pick a specific card, but today they were like, no, we're going to wing this. I've been wanting to do a reading all day, but I try not to move until I feel led or called to. And then they were like, your new reality. I'm like, bro, I'm totally down. Let's go do it. All right, for pile number 1, what's their new reality? For pile number 1, 1 card, please, just to allow them to pick a pile. 1 card for pile number 1, please. I'm already getting channeled messages, guys. Ooh, I love it. Pile number 1. Wow. I love it. Okay, for pile number 1, and I will go back to showing the 3 piles once we have the cards for each. Pile number 1 is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, that's awesome. And I love this deck. I just don't know the name. It was something I bought online and I think Amazon. Beautiful deck. Very whimsical, and that's the energy that they were giving me too when I was preparing for the readings. Was like, oh, you saw the Lovers trying to come out for pile number 2, but let's see for pile number 2, what's their new reality? For pile number 2, please. Ooh, okay, that's 2. We're not taking them. This one came out here. The Empress. Oh my gosh. Pile number 2, the Empress. Guys, I'm gonna get excited with every pile, no matter what comes out. This may be my new way of letting them pick the cards. For pile number 3, I mean, I feel like they pick them anyways, but that's a different story. Pile number 3, ooh, the Page of Wands. Oh my gosh, I love it. The Page of Wands. Ooh, this is so exciting. Look at this, guys. Look at this. These freaking cards are amazing. The energy feels so potent, so powerful, so beautiful. I definitely want a part of it. I'm here for it. Okay, so I just wanted to get those lined up. I'm going to zoom in. All right, so feel free to take a moment, pause. I'm going to attune the sound bowl. I would recommend, if you have headphones in, to turn it down. When I tune the sound bowl, take a deep breath in, slowly breathe out, allow it to release as the sound kind of dissipates. And then I would suggest, if your eyes are closed, opening them and picking your pile, okay? So feel free to close your eyes, deep breath in. Alrighty, pile 1, the Ace of Pentacles, pile 2, the Empress, and pile 3, the Page of Wands. I'll see you on the other side. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the Ace of Pentacles, you are stepping into a new reality, and let me tell you, it is going to be fantastic, if you didn't already know that, okay? Immediately when I was shuffling your deck, I heard justice. So they were speaking to balance in your life, just overall. So for someone here, and this will also assist and support with you validating that you chose the right pile. You've been going through situations. It could have to do with relationships that was coming through where there was instability. You may have a partnership or have gotten out of a partnership where there was a disconnect. If it's not in a relationship, there's something in your life that has led you to feel imbalanced, shaky, anxious, almost like I'm feeling anxiety, struggling with a little bit of depression or a lot of depression, but very much anxious in regards to how your life is going to unfold and how things are going to turn out for you, okay? You could have come from a situation that was stable, like maybe you had some stability in your life and it got uprooted or it was shaken, or something you thought was going to be a certain way didn't meet your expectations, okay? It's like something was uprooted, almost like a tower moment, but it feels like a tower that was against your will, meaning something in your life was unstable, unsteady. So your ancestors and God came in and said, this is no longer going to stay here, more than likely due to your prayers. And so they shifted it. They shifted the entire energy by removing the situation from you, whether that be you moving away from the situation, them pushing you out, or them removing the person, place, or thing, okay? It's just an obstacle that was standing in your way. That obstacle has been removed, or it is being removed, and it's being removed so that you can be restored back to your original state, is what I'm hearing. In your new reality, whatever situations were disruptive to your energy in the past, those energies were very overwhelming. It's almost like they took over your identity, right? Shaping you into them versus you being shaped and formed into your true, authentic self. That's shifting in your new reality. In your new reality, there will be, again, a balance in all areas of your life that were previously shaky. I'm also seeing someone taking care of their health overall. So you may have some Virgo in your chart for sure. I'm picking up on that. But you may also have shifted your health in some way, shape, or form, whether it be losing weight, exercising, eating healthy. There's something about being intentional about pouring into yourself, and that's assisting you in this new reality. In this new reality that you're either there or you're stepping into this new reality. This new reality for you is going to be a reality that is full of peace. Okay? It's almost like you went from the complete opposite of where you're going or where you're at right now. There's something very healing in this new energy. And there's also something very soothing. It's almost like an energy of someone that says, I just want to rest. Like, I just want peace. So absolutely, they keep showing me the boat, like a boat that's in a storm. So you absolutely came from a very shaky situation, circumstance, or environment. We're going to stick that to the side there. You could have also had a health scare, some type of traumatic health event or medical emergency that could have led to it's almost like a reshaping in the way that you even see life. What they're telling me is a story when I was in nursing school. I had a cancer patient. I was on the oncology floor, and my cancer patient, there was this lady, she was amazing. Okay, this one lady that I was with when I was a student, and she was talking to me, and she had just been diagnosed with cancer. I'd say it wasn't even like a couple of weeks before I met her that she had been diagnosed with cancer. And she was telling me how when you get faced with something like this, your entire perspective of the world will be altered. And she had such a great personality, like her characteristics and traits were just amazing to me. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, how is she able to look at life like this while she's like staring death in the face? And so you could have had an experience like that to where you've shifted your reality by allowing yourself to embrace the things that you would have typically or previously sought out as being negative into something positive. You could have also found some type of herbal remedies or like botany, medicinal, like medicines, like homegrown herbs, something like that, and that homesteading, something like that. You could have gotten into something like that, and that shifted your perspective. But also, some of you, I'm seeing you making money if you're doing something like that too. There's financial gains here. It's almost like, look at this, wants to come out. Medicine, change, and protection. Wow. Yeah, you look at this purification. It keeps showing up at the bottom of the deck too. You definitely have gone through some sort of change in your new reality, or you're going through this right now. Your new reality, I'm just going to speak as if you're stepping into it, so I don't have to keep saying one or the other, okay? Your new reality that you're stepping into is divinely protected, okay? This medicine card here has to do with ancestors. Intuitively, I read, so it may not be what the deck says. I don't even know what the deck says on most of these cards. I like to just intuitively pick up the messages and refer to the decks if I need to. But anyways, you see this night and day. I might want to keep these cards. I don't typically take 3 cards, but I really feel like they're aligned with the channeled messages that I've already been picking up on. So there's a change in seasons for you. You could have gone from, again, feeling like this is like fall where things are transforming. The fall season is about transformation for me because that's when the old falls away so that you can make room for the new leaves to grow, right? So there's a transition for you that has shifted, and in your new reality, you have nothing but growth opportunities. Right? And I don't know if you can tell, but in this card, the fall season here is actually being burned. And so it's like the old you has dissipated. The old you has transformed. Now this new you has grown up and grown up. For some of you, you could have also gone to like a retreat, some type of spiritual retreat, and that could have shifted your reality, right? You could have really been like purified, like this card is saying, maybe by doing some intense, deep healing, whether it be at like a retreat or just at home by yourself or whatever, with others, whoever, doesn't matter. That's what you've been doing. Whatever you've been doing, it absolutely is working in your favor, and it's aligned with where you're supposed to be because it's divinely protected. The protection card shows up as your guides, God, spirit, ancestors, the angels. They're really protecting you on this journey. And I really believe it's because it's something spiritual. You may be a shaman, some type of healer. Again, going back to that botany that keeps coming through. It's almost like in your new reality, you're going to receive downloads, receive messages. It's like you just know. You have a natural knowing. So this is a new reality that is going to financially provide abundance for you in the area of something that is very natural to you. See, each of us knows exactly what we need to heal. And that's what they're telling me, is that you know exactly what it is that will heal you. And because you know that about yourself, there's other individuals who also need this same healing, in which you're going to be a vessel, a tool, a channeler to be able to support them. You could even be a tarot reader. Whatever it is, it's something spiritual, and in your new reality, you're going to actually operate in these gifts. What I'm seeing now is someone in like a village where there's a medicine man. And the medicine man, I'm seeing an African village, and a medicine man is actually providing like messages. So you may have a grandfather, like an elder ancestor who was a medicine man, who will be assisting and supporting in this journey. He also may be behind this. He's of short stature. He's very cute. He's of short stature, but he's powerful as heck. And like, you don't want to mess with him, okay? That's awesome. I also was seeing someone standing near the standing stones in Scotland. And it's almost like they're showing me the show. What's that show called, guys? What's it called? Outlanders? Yeah, I think it's Outlander or out something, guys, on Netflix. And it's about like almost like the Renaissance type times. And they're showing me that. So some of you could have some like ancestral lineage to like Ireland, Scotland, Dublin is coming through. If so, there's an ancestor coming through to say that these are the gifts, because they're showing me like a little, I don't know if it's a poppy plant, poppy flower or something like that. So that could be significant to someone as well. Your new reality again is going to be one that is fortunate financially, also extremely protected, and night and day from where you came from. Wow, pile number one. Okay, let's see if we can get a few more cards. We're going to just keep all these again. And I know it's hard to see those. Let's see if that helps. Shifting the camera a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. So whatever that purification process was, which more than likely that purification process was by trial and fire, right? You know, like it was not something that was easy for you to have to endure. I'm hearing suffer through, like you had to suffer through it, but you're coming out of that, if not already out of it, and you're stepping into this new reality, which is going to be full of victory. This victory card is basically this Ace of Pentacles. I'm leaving that there. That is amazing, guys. And then grace and authenticity. What I'm picking up on these cards is that there is some type of, it's like a gift of grace that has been given to you based on your ability to stand in your truth. Because for someone here, whatever this is that you're doing, it's not traditional. For some of you, it may not even be something that's seen where you live. Like maybe you're the only one that even would consider doing something like this. It's like it's foreign to the world that you live in. And by the world that you live in, it's almost like wherever you're at in the world, like your community, this is not normal. Or the way that you do it is not normal. There's something about the way that you're doing what you do that is unique, authentic. And it's also why you're divinely protected. They keep showing me Aquarian energy. So Aquarian energy is, you know, the rebel at heart, and you know the rebel can often be identified as a negative feature or characteristic, right? But if you are wanting to step out of a box or do something that you've never seen anyone do before, you have to be a rebel to do so, and you have to be courageous, and there has to be some type of gift of, I want to say grace, to be able to endure that. And I'll tell you why. Because grace to me is like offering up something that is not necessarily warranted. And so when you're doing something that's different than you've ever seen anyone else do, or it's different than others are doing it, you can get nitpicked, right? Or picked upon or challenged. And so it's almost like they're saying that this grace is a gift that's given to you so that you can walk in your authenticity without concern or negative judgment towards others based on how they're viewing you. So in your new reality, you're going to have an abundance of grace so that when others ridicule or criticize you, you don't even care. And it's not a negative thing. It's just like, that's their opinion. And, you know, I have to be true to myself. The card reads, I don't know if you could see that, it reads, grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. Wow. I love that. That card is also showing up with the, like the standing stones, Ireland, Scotland, Dublin, that energy and those ancestors is kind of how they dress. Other thing that's coming through too is that there's something about these gifts that are that were maybe unable to be accessed by your ancestors. There's something about you being the one who's strong enough, who has the grace enough, who's authentic enough to be able to shift and alchemize the energy in order for things to change. I also do see your gifts as being healing gifts, whatever that means for you, in whatever capacity. Some of you may be, energy healers. You may, like I said, be shamans or something along those lines. There's something about you have like cosmic energy that's not accessible to like a typical person. There's something about you that is deeply rooted and connected to your ancestors. It's like there's a timelessness to you. Okay, there's like a timelessness in your new reality to the way that you interact, think, dream, and believe. These are like downloads that are coming to you. But it's weird because it's like the way that they're showing me. This is like you have like this hidden knowledge. You have this hidden wisdom. There's something within you that is not normal. You probably already know that. There's something in you that's not normal. And it feels to me like you maybe a lot of the chaos and conflict that you were in previously in your old reality was because you weren't operating in your authenticity. Because this feels really like a calling. Like it feels like you have this unique ability to bring about healing in some way to others. And it's not normal. It's not normal. Like maybe you can speak to animals. Like maybe you hear things from animals, birds, or, like maybe you have some type of like deep connection to another dimension or world that typical people don't have access to. It's very much giving like intense energy of like hermit hierophant mixed, like a hybrid of like a hermit and the hierophant. And it's like you have to like in your new reality be super protective of who you allow like in your energy field. Because I feel like this is the energy of someone who would operate as like a Buddhist, like one who would isolate, or I was trying to think of who else, but someone who would isolate and withdraw themselves, because when they speak or when they do something, it's so powerful that it shifts everything around them. Like this energy is insane to me. And I don't think you're aware of your gifts, because what they're doing is they're showing me like how I really don't understand the abilities and the full extent of my gifts. I just use them in the way that they're given to me, and then I know, as they expand, then I'll gain what I need in that moment. But I just trust that in the moment I'm getting what you need, and that's all that I care about. And so there's something about your energy that is potent. Okay, they're showing me salt. When you put salt in something, it automatically is salty and it doesn't lose its saltiness, right? They're even telling me that scripture. You, in your new reality, you are going to be like salt. Okay, so that means wherever you go, whatever you touch, whatever you infect, you are going to leave a stamp in that environment, situation, with that person. And it's because your energy is super powerful. You are extremely connected to spirit, guys. If you don't know that, I'm surprised you're even sitting here if you don't know that. It's literally like you are like high level, like your energy is like, whoa, like, wow. Like it is powerful. But I don't know that you really recognize that. And so you also could be doing in your new reality a lot of meditation, a lot of downtime, really sitting with yourself, allowing yourself to continue to develop your gifts and learning how to operate in your authenticity. Whatever situations you dealt with in the past, they were intentional to try to rob you of this. So this is the reason why you're here. To spread salt around the earth. And the situations in the past were presented to you to intentionally, it's almost like they wanted to burn your energy down. But instead, you alchemized the energy. You burned that energy down and allowed yourself to thrive. It's they're telling me the saying, I forgot who said this, but I just heard somebody else say, somebody said it. And they said they tried to plant me, but they forgot that I was a seed. Oh, they tried to bury me. Okay, they tried to bury me. Thanks, guys. They're like, no. They tried to bury me, but they forgot I was a seed. Or they didn't know that you were a seed. And so it's almost like that's what happened for you. In your old reality, you were constantly trying to be buried, minimized, metaphorically buried, but it's minimizing, right? People were trying to minimize you, shrink you, shut you up, make you the problem, or make you feel like you were inadequate. Shrink you. And that was in an attempt to make you feel inadequate so that you wouldn't learn to operate in your authenticity, so that you wouldn't have this victory and success that is guaranteed to be yours. And it was the whole goal was to knock you off your authenticity, to knock you off course. But instead, you operate from a space of grace, and in your new reality, you have this authenticity. Let's read it and carry on. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Wow. I love this. That your energy, I'm telling you, I don't think you realize who you are. Because this is phenomenal. I mean, like, how long? 22 minutes? And I'm ready to just sit here. I'm ready to just sit in your energy. It's so healing. Wow. Look at this, guys. Beyond the mind. See, this is what I was talking about like the other dimensions, like being able to retrieve data. Okay, they're telling me like uploads. Okay, so you know when you're on a computer and you want to upload a document, you have to go to the document, press the button to upload it, right? And then you pull the document in. So that's what you're doing, is you're retrieving data, information, knowledge, wisdom, whatever you want to call it. You're retrieving this from other dimensions, from other planes. Like, guys, my nose and stuff has been itching me the whole time I've been doing your reading, guys. You are totally killing me over here, pile number one. I'm just joking. I'm talking trash. But guys, look at what you're doing. I'm saying that to say, like, look at how potent your energy is. Okay, if my S6, S691, if you pick this pile, tell me, please. Because, tell me. Anyways, please put it in the comments. Anybody who picked this pile, like, what do you do? Tell us. Enlighten us, please. But your energy is ridiculous, dude. Like, it is insane. You are, like, ridiculously powerful. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have, drop it below so that we can follow you. Because, my golly gosh, this is powerful as heck. Your new reality is insane. Whatever you've been doing, bro, oh my gosh. This is literally like a miracle. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. This pile like feels like some crazy intense like spiritual boss energy, and I'm here for it, and I love it, and I'm proud of you, and I don't even know you. I just think this is freaking phenomenal. Like, oh my gosh, because I understand that you can't get here without putting in the work. And you know, you may be one who focuses so much on work that you just want to get it right. So in all things, like you may have a grace that is like an ability to want to do everything with excellence, right? Like a spirit of excellence is coming through. And so in this new reality, you're not going to have to work hard to receive the rewards, the financial rewards that you may desire. And that's because there's an energetic exchange here that I'm picking up on, super powerful, in regards to you putting out such healing energy and peace and stability that you don't even have to do anything. It's almost like money just literally finds you. Okay, your energy is literally beyond what you think. And it really, I don't know what this card means because I've never read it in the book, but this feels to me like you operate from a space of coherence. Like you absolutely are attuned to the spirit realm, and that's where you operate from. Like that is, like your higher self is the full version of you in your new reality, if that makes sense. The reason why I'm saying and explaining that as the full version of you is I've been getting, and I haven't shared this with anybody, but I don't know why I'm being told to tell you guys, group number one, but I've been getting like crazy downloads in regards to like how to manifest and how to align. And there's like 4 versions of us that spirit has given me, and with that you literally have aligned those four parts of you. Okay, that's how this feels in your new reality. You are completely aligned to your higher self. There's no way. Okay, so let me tell you this real fast. You might notice this when you're doing whatever healing work that you're doing in this new reality. You may have a tendency to like think about something, but then you're not really like paying attention, or you see something but not really paying any attention. Then you go back and you're like, oh, confirmation, right? That's exactly what happened here. Like this says new blueprints. So in your new reality, all of your old is literally gone, and now you're creating these new blueprints. So everything that you do from this point on is going to be from a state of this new blueprint. So it's like literally like there's a complete transformation. Like your old you is completely gone in the new reality, obviously. And this is the new version of you, which operates from a space of downloads, attunement, coherence, and channeling versus mental anguish, stress, being depressed, anxious. Those things are gone. If you've had mental health challenges, or if you've had any challenges with your mind, those things are going away in your new reality. In your new reality, you are going to absolutely operate from a space of alignment. Okay, first card's out, guys. We have the 7 of Cups. I can't make this up. Let me stop. This 7 of Cups, guys, look at this. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Okay, I know you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Look at this. You'll notice how there's this one individual here in the center, and she's the one that's being worked on by all of the other members here. And this one kind of looks like it's somebody who may be the same person. Anyways, this is showing for me intuitively, I'm picking up on you being the center of this bigger project. Okay, like these individuals or things are giving me the vibes of ancestors, spirit guides, angels coming in to like align you. Typically the 7 of Cups would indicate some type of illusions, dreams, delusions, confusion, like emotional confusion, overwhelm, not knowing what's going on. This 7 of Cups doesn't read like that. This 7 of Cups speaks to alignment. You notice that there's 9 cups here. It speaks to alignment in regards to your ancestors' wishes being fulfilled. And so for you, you are here to complete the karma that your ancestors were unable to, and it is creating and establishing a new culture for you and the members of your family. It's like you're reestablishing, like these blueprints will be blueprints on how to create a new reality, how to establish firm foundations, stable foundations that are not rocky, and how to do that utilizing the medicine via whatever avenue you provide healing. First starting with how you received it yourself. So your new reality is going to support your vision for healing and supporting and healing others. This also is showing up as you being the one to provide support to others during their healing process. Again, in whatever way that means. I think sometimes we can take the word healer and think that it has to be something so dramatic, like, oh my gosh, like, okay, they're showing me when I was in nursing school, I had a classmate. She did not want to work in patient care, guys. She just knew, like, she didn't even want to go to clinicals. She would just be like, I do not want to be here. I can't do this. Everything is so gross. Oh my gosh. And I remember people in the class talking trash about her, like, well, why does she want to be a nurse? And I'm like, guys, there's so many opportunities for nurses. You don't have to work in the hospital. And as soon as she graduated, guess what? She never worked in the hospital. That's perfectly fine. So I think that healing can show up in many ways. I think teachers are healers, but do you think that society would look at a teacher and say that they're a healer? No, but I think that teachers are probably some of the first healers that we come in contact with in our lifetimes. Because when we're at school, when we need support, who's there for us? I remember several of my teachers just completely changing my perspective and outlook in life. That's healing, assisting and supporting people during their journey of life. And so in whatever way this shows up for you in your new reality, you're establishing new guidelines, new rules, and creating new blueprints for the way that you're going to live life. I'm going to move these around just because this is going to disturb me. Wow, this is powerful, powerful, powerful. Your message is so straightforward. And again, remember, this is going to be financially abundant for you with the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and then we have the Three of Wands here. This Three of Wands is, again, they're showing me botany in this, so medicine, herbal medicine is coming through very heavily for this group. But also the Three of Wands, is about you bringing in your desires. You, in your new reality, you're no longer sitting around waiting for something to show up for you. You're first and foremost going to show up for yourself. But then secondly, in this new reality, these things are going to just come to you. You're not going to have to fight for the things that you have had to fight for in the past. And Temperance here at the bottom of the deck too. Look at this. This is really literally the card of alchemy. Okay, so this is about you alchemizing the energy. I saw the High Priestess underneath that Temperance card too. Let's get two more cards. In your new reality, there's going to be constant change. There's going to be a ton of shifts for you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. There's going to be shifts in your reality that come in threes is what I'm hearing, okay? They're going to come in threes, but they're going to come as you establish new rule, new laws, and new order, because that is coming through, again, that justice that they were saying earlier. So there's something about a restoration and balance, and it's going to come in threes. So it may be one major thing and then another major thing and then another major thing here. But I see you cutting through old ways, okay? So the old ways of living, the old reality is dissipating because you've transformed out of it. You have the World here. The World is awesome because this World card is representing for you the shift in dynamics, okay? It's showing me, they're telling me the small world. They're showing me the ride. It's a small world at Disneyland, Disney World. But what they're saying is that it's otherworldly. There's something about your energy that is not of this world. So in your new reality, you'll be able to shape shift very quickly. It's almost like a manifester, like a master manifester, because it's you're going to be able to shape shift and move and transition through so many different phases, but it's not going to feel like chaos to you. It's actually going to feel very smooth because in each phase, you're creating and establishing the rule. So it's the rules are not set for you. You're establishing and creating them throughout the path without realizing. They're showing me someone who lays out stone. So like you're laying the foundation with every step that you're taking, and they're saying even now, I would not be surprised if you guys are famous or going to be in your new reality, because you have the 6 of Wands here, and you keep talking, you hear me keep talking about how powerful your energy is, and there's not an energy like this that can be hidden, because now they're showing me the lighthouse. An energy of someone like this can't be hidden. Like the healing has to go, especially with them showing me it's a small world. The world card here, that is about transitioning through different spaces. You may do a lot of traveling. You may do a lot of exploring to be able to continue to shift this, because it's almost like, oh, didn't they show me like stepping stones or something like that earlier? So something about like stepping, like climbing the ladder. Your potential is limitless. Please, please, pile number 1, please do not tell me that you had to experience it so you could tell me. I was going to say, please don't tell me in your old reality that you didn't believe in yourself, but you had to in order to get to where you're at right now. So that's okay. But please tell me that in your current now, as you shift into this new reality, that you are becoming your authentic self, and that you're beginning to believe in yourself, even if it's not all the way. Because my golly gosh, guys, the 7 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, and this is why I'm bringing this up, because the 7 of Swords often will speak to self-sabotage. This card specifically for me speaks to that, because it's almost like she's staying trapped in this energy where things around her are dying. Oh, that's another thing too, is you could be in your new reality, some type of spiritual hospice worker. I don't know how you put that together, but that's how they said it to me. So like, working with like people that are transitioning and spiritually supporting them through that transition, something like that. Ooh, I'm way too tapped in, you guys. But yeah, you're literally like, try in your new reality to no longer self-sabotage. Actually, I don't even think you need to try. I don't think you're going to be able to. I think you're going to be so noticed and recognized. Like whatever is happening in your new reality, it's going to be so big for you that there's no way you're going to be able to deny that you were actually called to this. Not with the 6 of Wands and the World here, with the Ace of Pentacles. You're going to recognize that you're absolutely doing what you're supposed to be doing, and that this is your purpose. That's going to be completely made aware to you. And you are, whatever you're doing right now is so divinely guided and protected that it's offering you the opportunity to see yourself as deserving of this. Wow. You are, oh man, your energy is amazing. It's definitely getting my sinuses. Your energy is amazing. I'm sorry guys, I'm not trying to complain. I just think it's so powerful. And it's amazing. And I hope that you see this about yourself. I hope that you see this about yourself. I think that's it, guys. Okay, one last thing they're showing me in this new blueprints is that there's something about a fountain. You're like a fountain of transformation for others. So there's something in your new reality that's going to assist and support you in being a fountain of, it's like a fountain of youth, but not to keep people young. It's a fountain to bring out the authentic version of themselves, which is typically, rooted in that inner child. It's usually stuffed in the inner child, and you're going to be one that assists and supports them with pulling it out. Because they keep showing me something about the heart space too. And so it's like you're going to be the assist and supporter of pulling their hearts, pulling on their heartstrings, allowing them to open up. Wow. This is phenomenal. I hope that it resonates with someone. I hope it made sense. It was a lot of powerful, oh my God, powerful energy. I have to say this one last thing because I'm picking up on it. For some of you, your ancestors were royalty. Okay, I'm seeing a ton of gold right now, and they may have been robbed of their ability to operate in that space. And so now you are the recipient, the heir to that throne that they may have been kicked off of illegally, especially with justice coming through earlier, but I heard illegally. And so now you are here to reclaim the throne, which is also why there's this new blueprint here. That makes perfect sense, team. That makes perfect sense. And you're being pampered and filled with peace and joy and prosperity and abundance. And if I could just tell you, from an outsider looking in, you absolutely deserve this. Your energy is love. And if you don't see that within yourself, begin to tell yourself that I am love. You don't have to wait to seek God, looking to climb some ladder to reach God, to reach spirit. You are love, the energy of God. You are made in the image of God. It runs through your veins. There's no denying it. It's who you are. It's just a matter of you loving on yourself first and then allowing that to bleed out of you. And I'm sure you already know that. But if you don't, this is becoming your new reality, pile number 1. I love this. Please drop a comment because this was a crazy reading. Crazy. And I love it. Yes, pile number 1. Woo! Whatever your gifts are, share them. Drop a comment. If you'd like, feel free to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye. Pile number 2. If you chose this lovely Empress, this is your reading. Okay, so immediately what I'm picking up on is in your new reality, you're going to have opportunities to fly free and experience a ton of growth, okay? This growth is going to come by means of your thoughts, your mindset, and then also something about the way that you process information, okay? For some of you, this could have something to do with a career. You could also be birthing a baby, and that baby could shift your reality. That's coming through. You could be gifted and offered an opportunity to expand in some capacity. Maybe you're going from being single to being married. There's something that is a life change that shifts the way that you see the world, okay? Pile number 2. So again, it feels like it's going to allow you to fly freely. There's going to be something that revives you almost. So if you've been feeling depleted or, like not so happy in life, in your new reality, that's going to shift. You're going to feel more vibrant, more free. You're also going to feel a lot lighter. That's coming through heavily here. Okay, there's something in your energy that just feels lighter. It's like you don't have to carry some type of weight. And I think this weight has a lot to do with your mental, something with your thoughts. Maybe you're an overthinker. Maybe you're an overanalyzer, an overestimator. Maybe you have like a perfectionist syndrome where you want everything to be a certain way. Maybe you set expectations and then they don't get met and you get disappointed. Something to do with your mind is coming through heavily here. For some of you, you're going to feel like a weight has been lifted off of the stress that you feel in your mind. That's coming through very, very, very heavily. So whoever you are, you may have some Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius heavily in your chart, either your sun sign or your moon sign. That's coming through heavily. But there's something to do with your thoughts that's going to feel a lot lighter in your new reality. And it's because something around you shifts, something that has to do with home, work. Maybe you're going to therapy and getting some support or some help. There's also something coming through in this energy in regards to more collaboration with spirit. Maybe you're learning to trust more, to have more faith in the unknown, to not set expectations, to maybe release the need to control the outcome or know all the answers. Those things are coming through in your new reality. Those things are not going to be a thing. If you have them, you're going to be able to almost like cope with them. You're going to create new, so maybe you're getting new coping skills, coping mechanisms on how to manage, your thoughts and how to align your thoughts with your desires. That's coming through heavily too. But again, in your new reality, it's going to feel a lot lighter. I am picking up that some of you may experience a lot of like hip, lower back, pelvis pain. Those things are going to go away. Spiritually, those are connected to some type of weight that you may be carrying. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not a physician. If you're having any type of physical ailments, pains, diseases, issues, anything like that, I highly recommend you go see a physician. I'm just giving you spiritual advice that some of that could be connected to your thoughts, and it could be connected to you carrying weight that maybe needs to be released. In your new reality, you're also going to allow yourself to flow upstream rather than against. You're not going to flow upstream, you're going to flow downstream. So you're not going against the grain. Sorry, I was trying to process that. You're not going against the grain, you're going to go with the flow. Again, a lot to do with your mind. Your state, your mental capacity, your mental state is shifting. And I don't mean capacity in the amount that you're able to hold or contain. It's more so, I hate the word capacity too, I don't know why I even said it, but it's really the ability to be able to recognize these triggers and then shift them so that they don't take over you, but rather you learn to address them as they show themselves. It's like you're not going to wrestle with your mind so much in your new reality. Oh, wow. Wow, this is powerful. Bottom of the deck is radical expansion. You notice this here? You're opening up your heart space in your new reality. You're allowing more love in. You're allowing more love in, and that's so amazing too, because in this card here, they kept showing me this green like moon here, and that has to do with the heart space, but it has to do with your emotions. So in your new reality, you're going to have some healing of some emotions that have been holding you back from having success and peace in your life. And it's because, look, this gracious receptivity, you're opening yourself up to allow yourself to truly express yourself. Expressing of your feelings is what's coming through very strongly. In your new reality, you're no longer seeing your feelings as negative things, which that will bleed into your thoughts and cause your thoughts to kind of be chaotic or stressful, right? If you're like, God, why am I feeling this way? What's wrong with me? This is more of an energy in your new reality of you allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you want to feel. Gracious receptivity says, Spirit, allow me to open myself up to receive what is necessary, what will support my healing and what's for my best and highest good. And also they're telling me to tell you, you can start your day with saying that. God, Spirit, allow me to accept the things that I need to today that are for my best and highest good. You can even say it as an affirmation. I believe that whatever happens today is for my best and highest good. I think I used to say, may I align today with what is best for my highest good. Whatever you want to say, you can use your own words. I think you're a thinker though, an overthinker. And I think what you overlook is the fact that you're powerful. And in your new reality, you're not going to do that anymore. The Empress energy doesn't show up as an energy of someone who's lacking. She's not lacking anything. She actually has everything. And it's because there's a recognition that she is the life bearer, right? Life bearing, the ability to bear life, the ability to breathe in life. Every day we wake up, we breathe in life. So there's a recognition in the Empress that she has the ability and the power to be able to operate in this miraculous dynamic. And so in your new reality, you're awakening to your divinity. You're becoming aware of your gifts, of your ability, and it's very soft energy. It's the energy that's feminine. That is receptivity too. I just realized that too. But yeah, feminine energy is receptivity. Feminine energy is also an acceptance of all parts of you, right? The dark, the parts that you want to consider to be negative, the emotions. It's also the energy of, in your new reality, being able to pick up your own crown. You're like, I don't need anybody else to do this for me. I can do it myself. You're also recognizing in your new reality that you're the keeper of some ancient knowledge. Okay, like you have some ancient knowledge in regards to connecting dots, and they're speaking very specifically about something with your mind. There's something about the power of your mind, and once you get a hold of it in your new reality, it's going to actually become the area that you operate out of your gifts. So in your new reality, you're going to be aware of the portals that you should keep versus the ones that you should close. That's how they're showing it to me. So your new reality is going to be about allowing yourself to stay connected to the flow. Okay, that's what that's about. Stay connected to the flow. In your new reality, you're going to be connected to the flow, and you're going to be receptive to any shifts that your team may want to put you through. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. See, look at this, guys. This sacred wisdom. This is what I was picking up on earlier. This is also Archangel Metatron energy, which I was also seeing that in her little chain here. I don't know what the books read, the oracle decks, because I don't read them unless I feel called to. But intuitively, I was picking up on that Archangel Metatron. And also, too, if you guys see hummingbirds, just know that it's a sign for you to be present in the now. So a part of us seeing hummingbirds in our journey can often represent the ability to stop and just embrace the moment. Because typically for those of us who are overthinkers, which I'm one of them too, guys, when we overthink, we tend to forget to be present. And so what happens is life is happening all around us, and we're so overwhelmed by our thoughts that we can't actually enjoy it. And so in your new reality, you're going to be able to, because you're going to begin to notice as you shift into that new reality that there are hummingbirds and even butterflies presenting themselves to you. And they're going to be reminders from your team to stop, to access the sacred wisdom that you have, and to just be present in the now. This is actually your new reality is aligning you to your destiny, because Archangel Metatron assists and supports you on your path to your destiny. But also on your path to destiny, there's some type of purity that you're going to gain. And in the purity, you will also gain an understanding of your emotions, and that's going to align you to this sacred wisdom. This is mental wisdom, guys. There's something with your mind. Your mind is supposed to be used for your gifts. And I know somebody will say, duh, you're supposed to use your mind for all of your gifts. No, that's not the case. Like right now, I'm not using my mind. There's nothing in my mind that I'm using. I'm intuitively feeling everything and speaking what I feel. And the speaking comes from my throat chakra. And so for you, your gifts that are coming through in this reading have to do with your mind. So this means that you can, in your new reality, engineer, put things together, right? Think about a portal. A portal is something that has an opening and a close, an open end and a closed end, or they can be the same. The opening can be the closed portion as well, but it has to be able to open and close. So there's something in your mind that you have the ability to access, but I think it's closed in the old reality. So I had to tell group 1, I'm speaking as if you're going into this new reality. You may already be there, okay? But I'm going to speak as if you're going into it just for the sake of the reading, because it's really hard to keep going back and forth between the two. So And yes, I use my mind for that part, because I know somebody's like, you just use your mind. I did. I did, to think that through. But anyhow, so there's something about your mind that has this powerful, powerful, powerful ability to be able to recognize when something should be open and closed. However, they're speaking very clearly about, in your old reality, maybe you didn't access that when it affected your heart space. Maybe you didn't access that ability or that skill, that wisdom that you have when it has something to do with expressing your authenticity, being yourself, standing up for who you truly believe you are. Maybe there's a fear in accessing this sacred, ancient wisdom. Maybe there's fear in spiritual practices. Maybe there's fear in you showing up. Maybe you are accustomed to not being seen. Maybe you would prefer not to be seen, because if you are seen, you're going to overthink whether or not people are criticizing you. Something like that is coming through. That's your old reality, which you're stepping into. That's not going to be the case, because you're going to be receptive and open to accessing all that Spirit has for you, including this divine consciousness. This is freaking powerful, guys. Oh my gosh, pile number 2. In your new reality, there's color. Because what I'm seeing now in your current or old reality was like black and white. But in your new reality, you're stepping into color. You're stepping into vibrancy. You're stepping into power. This feels like the energy of someone who's coming back alive. Like you're being brought back to life, okay? So it's like literally the death card. There's a death and a rebirth that is occurring within you, and it's allowing you to shift out of very limited beliefs into complete openness. For some of you guys, breath work may be extremely powerful for you on this journey. You may really benefit from breath work. Learning how to expand your lungs, opening up your heart space, those types of things. I'm seeing that for sure. Breath work, chakra work. Wow. Gosh, guys. I wish I could make this up. Look at this fertility too. That's the Empress energy. Guys, this is crazy. Fertility, let all take root, seed and sprout. Let new life be all about. Oh, I love this. And guys, these are figs, I'm pretty sure. You could look it up, but I think I read before that figs represent like abundance or some type of prosperity, in a sense that they have like a ton of seeds. So it's like basically it's like the gift that keeps on giving or something like that. Look it up if you're interested. I think you are, because I think you're a learner. You may, if other than the or outside of the air energy that I was picking up on, I also was picking up on Sagittarian energy, because Sages are learners. Like my son's a Sag. He loves to learn things and he's very curious. And so in your new reality, if that's not in your sign or your top 3, you absolutely are going to figure out how expansive you really are and how restricted you were in your old reality. Another thing that they're showing about that Sagittarian energy is some of you may have Mercury in Sag, okay? Because there's something about the way that you express yourself that is very colorful. I also think of Saggies as being very colorful. Again, like my son, he's very vibrant. He has a huge personality, not necessarily visible to everybody else, but he has a very large personality. And so you may recognize that you, again, tend to not want to show that side of you that may be more of a humorous, fun, loving, outgoing individual. And you may have halted that energy due to fears or overthinking, okay? You could also have Aries in your chart that's coming through. Destiny is all that I shall need to know. As I walk shall now be shown. Oh my gosh. And you notice that she's sitting on a moon. Guys, how confirmative is that this is amazing, because this is exactly what they were saying earlier, that this is aligning you to your destiny with Archangel Metatron. Yeah, with the sacred wisdom. I was like, wait, was this this pile? But it was. Yeah. And so there also is something very healing about you accessing your authentic self. I think you've been running from yourself in your old reality. You may have found yourself constantly seeking, maybe seeking outside influences, outside ideas, thoughts, knowledge, wisdom, thinking that you needed to gain something from someone else, or maybe feeling like someone has something that you don't have. And there's a recognition in this new reality for you that, no, wait a second, everything is within me. Like, it's like they showed this cat like moving, and the cat just like perked up. And I don't know what this cat is related to, but I've seen this cat like on a movie or near Cleopatra or something like that. I don't know. I'm always trying to figure it out instead of just getting the dang book and reading it. But you may want to look into that cat, because that may have something to do with you. You may feel connected to it, or maybe you have one of those little naked cats. I think those are cute. They're ugly and cute, but anyways, no shade. Okay, so pile number 2. Another thing coming through is that once you shift into being receptive, this is going to shift you into the new reality quickly. They're saying that they're adamant on getting that message out, that the 8 of Wands is coming through, and they're saying as soon as you open yourself up to this, you're going to notice your reality begins to shift almost instantaneously, they're saying. And then they're telling me something in here. Yeah, look, the 4 of Pentacles. See, in your old reality, you did a lot of holding back. You wanted to control a lot. And I do think it has to do with your thoughts. It has a lot to do with what's in your mind. They keep showing me the crown chakra and the third eye. It's like there's something there. And the throat chakra, I feel my throat wanting to close up during your reading, because there's something blocking your ability to express yourself. And then it keeps going back up to the crown chakra, to where my head is like hurting. And so I think you have a lot of mental energy, and that's where I think breath work will really be beneficial for you. They said it, but I understand why they said it, because in breath work, when you do breath work, you learn to calm your nervous system down by focusing and managing your breath. And when you recognize the power of being able to control your breathing, you're like, wow, this is powerful. I didn't even know I could do this. And then you begin to open yourself up to more and more recognition of how strong and powerful you are. Because in your old reality, you absolutely struggle with your ability to see yourself for who you truly are. You don't see yourself as this empress, or you didn't. You don't see yourself as being one and connected to God. You see God as disconnected from you. It's almost like a father wound coming through. It's like you see God as the one who's going to discipline you. He's waiting to judge you. That's coming through strongly. So some of you may also want to look into like father and mother wounds. I think I did a reading that has something to do with a father wound recently. I want to do pick a cards on father and mother wounds. I think they would be super beneficial just for everybody. I mean, including myself. Like there's not too much or enough of that you could actually know, because it's not something you just resolve in one day. And maybe that's something that you need to hear, is that maybe you hope that your healing would just be resolved with like a click of a button, or you can turn the microwave on for 60 seconds and take healing out and it would be warmed and corrected. And that's not what this is about. There's a lesson for you that in your new reality, you're going to have an understanding of the fact that, divine consciousness, being connected to the divine, being able to access portals and store portals within you, being receptive and aligning to your destiny, you're going to recognize that that's what life is about. Like the whole of life is about accepting and embracing this journey, not forcing it, not making it too challenging, not resisting it, but rather aligning to it, allowing it. And as soon as you open yourself up to this energy and resist the need to control, you're going to again notice that things are going to shift very quickly for you. They're also telling me that in that divine And that divine consciousness card, sorry guys, that look at this, that's out here, but in the divine consciousness card, they're also showing that there are promises that God is waiting to gift to you. But God can't gift them to you until you allow and open yourself up to align with Him. And they're showing me this card in this other deck, and it says your guides can take you to it, but they can't do it for you. And that's what they're saying. They're saying that you may be expecting that someone else come and do this for you, but that's not going to happen. What they're going to do is guide you to it, and you have to take the actual step to get there. And that's what's happening, is that your team is waiting on you. Your new reality is waiting on you. So if you're not in your new reality, it's because it's waiting on you to allow yourself to say yes to it. It's also waiting on you with this Queen of Wands falling out to be confident enough to believe. They're saying something about mustard seed, like you just need faith the size of a mustard seed. So it's almost like your new reality is saying, if you're not here yet, we're just waiting for you to have a little bit of faith in the fact that you're going to get there. They're saying they need you to just have a glimpse or a glimmer of hope. And they're very, like, your ancestors are extremely graceful. They're very calm. I don't know if you notice how I'm talking, like they are very, the way that they're delivering the messages, typically like the way that I hear messages is like, boom, straightforward. They're like, no, you need a little more tender, loving care, like some TLC. You also may want to give that to yourself a little more, maybe take in 10 minutes a day to just sit in silence and pour into yourself with just your thoughts. Like no music, no noise. You could do breath work, but something that allows you to just pour into you, to center yourself. If you could do this in the morning before you get out of bed, before you're interrupted by work and family and kids and husbands and wives, if you could do this before you get out of bed, that really could benefit you, because there's something about like allowing you to just give to yourself, but to be confident enough to believe that you deserve this. And it's interesting because your card is the Empress card. And I always find this concept interesting, that the very things that you desire have already been given to you. And so it's like you desire to be this Empress, which is why you're drawn to this energy. But you don't believe that you are her, or that you could possess the energy, because this is not necessarily a man or a woman, it's the feminine energy. So even as a man, you could have a challenge, like if you were born with the sex of a man, you could have challenges with this feminine energy of being able to receive. You may feel like you need to do for everyone. Either way, whether you're a male or a female, your team is saying that they're waiting on you to believe that you are this, which is why you were drawn to this pile. But in order to get to this, you have to first believe in this, which is the Queen of Wands. You have to believe that you are capable, because the Queen of Wands is in the Empress. The Empress is all four of the queens combined into one. I think pile number 2, you just need to know that you're worthy, you're deserving. There's nothing that you need to do but just surrender. Just say, I need help. Like, I need help, team. There's nothing about you that is negative. It's not rude. It's not hateful. It's like, it's none of whatever your negative thoughts and minds telling you, they're all lies. And they're lies to keep you trapped in a portal. And the portal will keep you trapped in, the portal will keep you trapped in the energy of stagnancy, of longing for something that you already have. It's like your team, they're saying you have the key already, but you won't unlock the door. Okay, they're telling me that's it. Look at the star here. You could have Aquarius in your chart for sure, guys. Look at the star. This is the healing energy that they were saying is within you. And it's literally like in your current reality or your old reality, you are searching for this healing. You are desiring this healing. And it's like all you have to do is pull the string. And pulling the string is saying yes. You could even say, you know, in your head or out loud to your team, like, I'm pulling the string. I'm ready for the assistance. If you're not in your new reality yet, pull the string whenever you're ready. And if you choose, and say, I'm ready. I'm ready to stop resisting and to move forwards. Because this Two of Wands is showing up as you praying, sitting and waiting for something to shift. But I really feel like you're thinking about this. You're just thinking, but not actually moving towards it. And to move towards it, that requires action. That requires the yes. So in your old reality, you're sitting and waiting in this space, waiting for something to change. In your new reality, the Nine of Pentacles is showing up saying you recognize that you are the change. You recognize the power that you contain because you've been able to tend to your garden. You notice that she has books here. She has her little, what's this called? Like a pot here that her plants have been planted in. She has her herbs here. She's the creator of her reality in this Nine of Pentacles. This is your energy. Male or female, doesn't matter. You're the creator of your own reality. So whatever you're living in, you're waiting for something to shift in your old reality, and your new reality is like, come on, we're already her. We are literally her. Like, you are already her. All you have to do is put the shoes on. So in your new reality, you've put the shoes on and now you're bolting forward. Okay, this is literally like thunderbolts forward. The Eight of Wands is forward movement. It's progression. It's not stagnant. Okay, so your new reality is the complete opposite of your old reality, whereas there's stagnancy, overthinking, overanalyzing, overprocessing, just devouring yourself with your own thoughts. Eating yourself alive is what I really want to say in your old reality. In your new reality, look, there's this Nine of Pentacles, which is also this fertility. There's fruitfulness, there's healing, there's abundance, there's radical expansion, there's sacred wisdom. Guys, look at all this energy. Oh my gosh. Look, transformation, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Your old self tried to devour you. But guess what? You alchemized the energy. You nurtured yourself out of this. And now in your new reality, you plant the seeds and they sprout. Wow. What powerful, powerful, powerful energy. And for some of you, I have to just call this out. You might have some romance in this new reality, but it's going to start with you. You also may fall in love with yourself and begin to romance yourself all over again. I don't want to focus on someone else. I want this to be about you because this is your new reality, pile number 2. I love this. If this was your reading, feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please, guys, please remember how powerful you are. The portal keeper. That card is powerful. That's you, pile number 2. Have a great night. Bye. Pile number 3. If you chose the Page of Wands, this is your reading. So immediately, your new reality is going to be one that's filled with inspiration. You're walking into a new reality that's full of creativity. I'm also seeing you finish something that you've started. So for most of you watching this, you've already initiated a project, something creative, something that you desire. It's almost like it's a dream that you're kind of blowing into fruition. Okay, you may be learning how to access this creative endeavor, dream. It could be a business as well. I'm seeing entrepreneurs and hearing entrepreneurship. So you could be doing this by like trial by fire. Okay, so for some of you, you could feel like, gosh, like I've started this, but I just don't know how to finish it. In your new reality, you're going to tackle it. Okay, you're going to accomplish it. I'm seeing you be strong and confident, and there's something about tenacity, like having the will to actually get this completed. I'm also feeling a ton of energy in my solar plexus, so you are stepping into your personal power and actually moving in that direction. Okay, so even if this isn't a business or anything creative, you are going to, in your new reality, be able to accomplish and tackle those things that you desire to accomplish. So it seems like in your previous reality or your current reality, and how I'm going to speak about this for the sake of me going back and forth between, you could be there already or you could be transitioning into this new reality. I'm just going to act as if you're moving into the new reality but not there yet. So it seems as if your current reality, and again, take it as it resonates, okay? In your current reality, it seems like you have some challenges with actually taking action towards doing things. You may notice that you get flustered, maybe easier than you desire to. You may also feel overwhelmed in moments, as if you are trying to accomplish something that seems bigger and larger than you, or I'm hearing even bigger and larger than life. But just know that that is shifting for you. So whatever challenges you've been facing currently, whatever walls you feel are built in front of you, preventing you from being able to accomplish and bring to completion what you've started, around the corner in your new reality, you are going to be able to accomplish this. I think right now there are lessons that your ancestors and spirit guides are teaching you. This has something to do with your ability to endure. Okay, I'm picking up on that energy very strongly, that there's something about teaching you how to endure, but also giving you some type of strength or willpower to assist and support you in growing this to be something even larger than you're anticipating. So I think right now your vision may be limited based on your frustration. So you could experience limitations in how you actually function in life. You may feel limited in your abilities, limited in maybe feeling like doors are constantly being closed for you. You're wanting something to open. In this new reality, you're going to be able to push through. Whether a door is closed or open, you're going to recognize that it was intentional, and you're going to have exactly what you need to be able to endure to the end. I think out of the three piles, this was the pile that I was most curious about, and I was curious about someone picking this pile. So I did something a little different with this pick a pile. Usually I'm told, like, pick the Empress out of 3 different decks, and I'll grab the decks, pull the Empress out. I'm saying usually it's something like that. Today, when I started the pick a card, they told me to just shuffle the deck and let whatever cards come out, come out. And the first 2 cards, so I believe it was the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress was pile. So pile 1 was the Ace of Pentacles, pile 2 was the Empress, and you probably know this, and then pile 3 was the Page of Wands. And I was thinking, whoever picks pile 3 has to have some type of boldness or strength or some type of will to be able to push beyond the limits, because no one would pick the Page of Wands over the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles unless they actually understood that there's something beneath the surface, okay? And I think your ancestors and guides have led you to this pile because there is something hidden beneath the surface within you. There's a power, a strength, and a will within you that you haven't actually tapped into. And this is the thing that helps you to accomplish those things that you've initiated, to accomplish the things that you desire. And this is the will to get you to accomplish anything in life, okay? They were showing me initially the King of Wands. Now they're showing me the Emperor. So your energy is upgrading. You are absolutely shifting timelines, transitioning, transmuting energy. You're alchemizing the things that were of your, younger self, your youth, your inner child, maybe immature energy that you were just unaware of, right? the process of life, this is not anything like crazy. It's just that there were some opportunities for you to learn and grow, just like there are for all of us. You took advantage of those opportunities and you took them and flipped them on their heads. And that's what this reading is about. It's about your ability. Oh my God. And strength is right there, guys. This is about your ability, wow, to be able to accomplish what others may think is unattainable. Okay, for some of you, you may be involved in some type of like what are those things called where you do like marathons, but there's one in particular that they're showing me, and it's where you like do an obstacle course. Okay, whatever those are called, they're showing me that. So you may be really strong physically. You may actually even do like a numerology chart and realize that physicality is your most dominant strength, but there's something coming through in regards to your physical body that is shifting. So you could also be working out, really working on strength training, endurance training, things like that are coming through. Maybe doing, where I'm from, we have something called CrossFit. Okay, so something like that is coming through in your energy, and it's showing how like maybe initially you started and you wanted to like quit, or like when you first start CrossFit or something like that, you go like, I remember the first time I went to CrossFit, guys, I like threw up and I was sick for like 3 days after it. And I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like I never wanted to go back because I thought it was just crazy. And I think for you, your personality is like, okay, I went, yes, I got sick, but I have to go back and conquer this. And if that's not your current reality and your new reality, that's what you're stepping into, is having the will to be able to accomplish whatever you put your mind to. Because this feels more about you overcoming yourself versus anything else blocking you. Okay, 3 cards wanted to come out: reflection, angel assistance, and energy balance. I'm going to put them all back and we're going to shuffle again. It's like finding the power within is your new reality. Recognizing your own inner strength. Maybe fighting those demons that are within, you know, the inner me that would try to stump you and make you feel inadequate or incapable. You're fighting that in your new reality and you're conquering it. Yep, look, affirmations. And then look at this, guys, illusion. Oh my God, this is awesome. I don't even know if I've ever seen this card, but look at this. This is like you were walking in one direction, thinking that that was the correct way to go. And it's almost like in your new reality, you're being rerouted to walk a path that is more aligned to your I want to say physicality, guys. They're telling me physicality. There's something about your strength. There's something about your strength, which is, look, and health is at the bottom of the deck, guys. Okay, I can't lie. I'm going to put that deck down. I don't want to shuffle till I go through this. Look, these are affirmations. I am affirmations. Okay, so there's something about your physical body that is aligning to some type of strength. I'm hearing the will of God. I don't know what that means for you, but that's what I'm hearing. And like stepping stones. So everything that you've been doing up until now have been stepping stones. In your new reality, even right now, you are creating your new reality by stepping stones. So there's like a progression in your energy. So you're steadily moving forwards, even when you feel like you're going backwards. Your energy is moving forward. Your energy is aligning. And you notice how big the solar plexus is here? I think that's powerful. It's also like the core in your reading, which typically I would look up here, but it's like I'm drawn into this solar plexus. And I really am seeing you like doing a ton of like strengthening, but it feels like it's physical. You may have a lot of Sagittarian energy in your chart. You know, Sagittarians are known for being like athletes, or fire signs in general. I think fire signs in general have this like ability to just like push through, but it feels like you're in your new reality, your energy is almost like being revived or revitalized. So maybe you've been exhausted. Maybe in your current reality, you're exhausted. Maybe your weight physical weight has been weighing you down. Maybe you have spiritual wounds, pain, suffering, things like that are weighing your physical body down. And it feels like in your new reality, that's what's shifting, is that you're going to have the strength to be able to live the life that you desire. It's almost like you're going to have the physicality, the physical abilities to be able to do the things that you've desired to do. Like, maybe you want to travel and you haven't been able to because you've got some physical ailments that are weighing you down. Guys, obviously I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. This is spiritual information that is channeling through me. But there's something about your physical body that's been affecting your current reality. And in your new reality, that's what's aligning and shifting for you. And I think that this, like the way that they're showing me, I think that your physical ailments that you may be experiencing in your current reality, maybe physical limitations even, are affected by spiritual things. And that's what I think is shifting. I think you're seeing yourself through the lens of God instead of seeing yourself through the lens of your wounded self, right? So I think that you're doing a lot of inner child healing, a lot of aligning with your higher self. And in your new reality, I'm seeing you really embrace the mindset and the idea of, like affirming yourself, of being capable, being able, being willing, not giving up, not quitting. Those are the things that are coming through for you. Like the illusion has been within maybe your thoughts, your ideas, the way that you're processing the things around you. Maybe not realizing that you had the power to shift those things. And in your new reality, there's a total recognition of the fact that you are capable and able of shifting this around. Wow, healing. Okay, this is interesting too, because true love come to me is at the bottom of the deck. True love shall come to me, as I do will, so mote it be. For some of you, you could have had a relationship that was fractured or broken, or even maybe unstable, emotionally detrimental to your overall health, and that's what's healing in your new reality. You may be seeing through the illusions of love. Sometimes we have this idea that love is a fairy tale, that things are supposed to be a specific way, and those things don't actually align with reality. And so for you, it seems like you've had to do a lot of interpersonal work. I'm also seeing you in your new reality being comfortable being alone. They're showing me the Hermit. You in your new reality will do a lot of introspection, a lot of work on yourself. And when I say work, that just means self-care, putting in time and paying attention to yourself, giving to yourself, pouring into yourself, not neglecting yourself. Because I am hearing like malpractice, negligence. And so what they're saying is that for some of you, you have unintentionally yet willingly neglected yourself in your current reality, and in your future reality you will not do that. In your new reality, you will focus on yourself and your healing, your overall wholeness and wellness as a whole. So this means you're going to pay attention to what you put in your body. You're going to pay attention to what you listen to. You're going to pay attention to how you speak to yourself. You're going to pay attention to who you allow to speak to you, who you allow to pray into you. Like, you're going to be paying attention to things because you're going to be very protective of your the work that you've put in, and protective of your healing. It's almost like you don't want to release and let go of the peace that you've established within, and you recognize that outside influences may potentially interfere with that. Like, I'm seeing the Five of Wands, so I'm seeing you do a ton of work in regards to not allowing yourself to be impacted and affected by those outside of you. I'm seeing a ton of, like, again, hermit energy, isolating yourself, introspecting, spending time alone, really finding that place of peace. This almost feels like an energy of like a, like a Buddhist or something, a monk is how the energy's coming through. It does feel very peaceful. It feels very calming. and it feels like there's a protection of love around you. Like your ancestors may be like covering you in like a blanket of love in this new reality in order to keep you and your energy reserved and safe for the moments that it needs to be used. So whatever your project is, whatever your inspiration is, whatever new activities or endeavors you may be finding your way working in, it seems like they're very protected, and your ancestors are almost like covering you in love so that you can operate in the space that you need to. And again, this could be a lot of like isolation and alone time. Like you could be a content creator that's coming through, and a content creator who works independently. Like that's your job, that's how you make money, but you do it by yourself. Like maybe you vlog, maybe you record yourself running a business. Like it's something where you are working independent and not with anyone else. Doesn't mean that you don't go to work, but it just, like what I'm seeing is that in your new reality, you're going to spend a lot of time with yourself, and it is going to be very healing for you. Okay, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. Yeah, for sure. Your life's going to be a lot slower in your new reality. A lot slower. I am picking up on travel for some of you. I'm picking up on you going to like Japan, somewhere where the energy is a lot more. They're showing me cherry blossom trees. That's where I got Japan from. But somewhere where the energy is a lot calmer, smoother, softer, slower. Okay, it's like you're not fighting to wake up. Like what they're showing me is this little, what is it, an island, guys? I don't know. I think it's like an island, and it's near like Antarctica, somewhere near that area. And it's an area where they don't keep time. Like they don't have clocks, so no one keeps time. You just kind of get up and you move whenever you want. So you may be looking for a more peaceful place in your new reality to reside, because I really think your new reality has a lot to do with peace and being able to keep that, to endure like and keep peace constantly around you, which gives me the energy of some of you not having that peace due to some type of illusions that you lived in. Maybe you were one of those who, especially with this Our Ancient Future coming out, guys, I don't read the guidebook unless I feel led to, so I'm just going to intuitively give you what I'm picking up on. But especially with this Our Ancient Future coming out, it gives me the energy of some of you living in a world that was based on societal norms. And I think in your new reality, you're shifting that around. Like you're no longer interested in societal norms. So instead, it's almost like you want to be like a nomad in a sense, but I'm not seeing it as a nomad that lives like in the United States. Like I'm not seeing it as a nomad that like travels around in a van. It's more so like I'm gonna go off somewhere, and I don't know, maybe that's not the definition of a nomad, but I'm seeing you like go off in a different country, in a far away land from where you came from or where you were born, and just live in a place of peace. Like maybe you work like on Wall Street in New York right now, right? And you know, in your new reality, you're gonna end up somewhere in like Scotland or the Netherlands or in Europe or in Asia, somewhere in a mountainside or a countryside, and you're gonna just live there in peace and harmony, like with yourself. Because I'm seeing those, I don't know if you guys have seen them on I don't know if it's on TikTok or YouTube. I think on YouTube, but they're families that live in like the wilderness, and they cook and they just record themselves cooking, and there's like nothing in the background but animals, their family house, and they make like different foods, and they have like millions and millions of views. There's something like that coming through for this pile. In Our Ancient Future, what I was seeing here was that you're going back to like ancient ways of living, but bringing them into the now. Okay, so that's where also too I was picking up on like the homesteading thing, the farm, having a farm, moving away from big city living, moving into the country. Something like that is coming through. It's like you want to go back to the times when you didn't have to work so hard to, to demand or set these expectations. Like, you're not giving into like the demands of society. Again, it's like you're really in your new reality going to operate from a space of peace, and it feels like this is something that's being called back to you by your ancestors. Like, I really am seeing you like desiring balance in your new, and I think that you've cracked a code and realized somehow that this has a lot to do with what you put into yourself, what you pour into yourself, what you allow in, as well as what you put out. And I think that's where the health and wellness is coming into play for you. There may be something connected to your ancestors that has to do with, because I'm seeing like ancestral DNA, with some type of way of living that was like most prominent back in the days, and maybe you found that information. Like, maybe that information was given to you and you're like, oh my god, I'm totally gonna go live my life like that now. Give me, guys, I hope the camera is okay. I just kind of shifted it. But yeah, anyways, let's carry on. In your new reality, alignment is going to be huge, and it's also going to be critical for you in regards to you healing. So it's almost like you understand that you must remain balanced in order to keep your place of peace. I also wanted to call something else out. Look at this card at the bottom of the deck here. This is shine your light. And what I was seeing was like you standing by yourself. This goes back to that content creator, the individual who just operates in their own authenticity. Like, you're not trying to appease anyone. Like, I'm seeing you say like, I don't need to have a fancy car. I don't need to have a fancy house. I just want peace. I want to be aligned with spirit. I want to stay connected to my ancestors. I want to play in the soil. I want to hug the trees. So it's almost like you're just allowing yourself to be free to flow in whatever direction you choose, without the expectations, rules, and again, the authority of society telling you what you should and shouldn't do. I think that's lovely. I think that's lovely. You may be really into like plants and gardening, things like that in your new reality. The Five of Cups. Yes, guys. Yes, 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 yes. You see, in your old reality or current reality, you're just wishing and hoping that you can have peace. You're seeking peace. You want freedom. For some of you, Costa Rica may be of significance to you. You also could just enjoy walking the beach and finding seashells and things like that, okay? So that's coming through as well. Look at this hangman. I love this because the hangman is often, representative of being like a martyr, a victim. What I'm seeing in this hangman, and I'm intuitively reading the card, guys, is that you just want the flexibility and the freedom to be able to embrace the moment. Okay, in your new reality, you're not going to be clammed up, overly protective of your of things, or of your it's like an identity that's connected to society. That's the best way I can explain it. You're not going to be attached to your identity that was given to you by society. Instead, you're detaching from that and you're seeking a higher purpose. Look, you're seeking higher grounds. You may be very connected to animal beings in your new reality as well. I'm seeing that as well. With the Five of Cups here, Five of Cups, King of Cups, Nine of Cups, King of Swords, guys. The Five of Cups here is just showing that you have had so many disappointments and losses in the past that you in your new reality are shifting that energy into, I'm no longer going to allow myself to sit and wallow in that, and instead I'm going to become this King of Cups that says, I'm going to embrace every second that I have. The King of Cups too is also very representative of having a very balanced emotional state. So in the past, I'm seeing that, or in your current state, I'm seeing that you may be challenged with having like an unstable emotional status, meaning it's hard for you to maintain your emotions. It's hard for you to, stick to the way that you actually feel. It may be hard for you to identify your feelings too in the current reality. I'm hearing that for sure. Like maybe you have a hard time with identifying feelings. Maybe you find yourself stuck in hurt, stuck in past events, stuck in the fact that someone, did something to you and they didn't apologize or they didn't show up. What I'm also picking up heavily in this reading for pile number 3, guys, is that you have had a lot of losses, as in deaths. Like you've experienced a lot of death, a lot of like people that you loved, and it may not be like 15 people, guys, but it could be a couple of people. That's a lot of people, so it's like you've had some losses that could have shaken your world up and maybe left you sitting in the energy of sorrow. And I really feel like this feels almost like, like in societal terms, they would call this like a midlife crisis. I don't think it's that. I don't even know if that's like a real thing. But for you, it feels like you're going through this life shift. It's like a complete relinquishing of the identity that you had aligned with for so long. And it's almost like there's something that sparks your curiosity. You go after it and you recognize how much joy it gives you. And then you decide to chase your wishes versus sitting and wallowing in the past. You decide that the past has shown you everything that you needed to see, that it's almost tattooed on you. Like you have like you have an indentation or a stain of what you went through. And for you, you're like, I'm not going to sit in that though. Like I'll remember the past for the wisdom and the gifts that it gave me. But in your new reality, you're deciding to chase after your happiness. And with that comes freedom. Now, the 9 of Cups here has this mermaid, which our ancient future has the mermaid too. And immediately what I was picking up on with the mermaid energy, and especially with it coming out twice, is the fact that you are not afraid to be you. So for some of you, your new reality may be something that you really believed could be disappointing to others. Maybe you've been afraid to go off and venture off and chase these new adventures, thrills, things that you desire to do, because maybe you felt like individuals who were in your past in the past would have been disappointed in you. Maybe you felt like those who transition, maybe those deaths, those losses, would have been disappointed in you if they knew that you moved in this direction. But there's something here in this new reality that's allowing you to open up to your true self. And with that, you're walking in this new reality with no fear. You're unashamed and you're chasing after your wishes and your desires, your dreams. You're letting go of any past opinions, negative thoughts, ideas, any ideas and visions from others that may interfere with you moving forward. And that's because you're operating in this King of Cups energy, which is full of wisdom, stability, but also the King of Cups is not going to run from an opportunity for him to express himself. He's going to communicate his feelings. He's going to make sure you know exactly how he feels. And he's going to stand on business about what he wants. He's really not one to play about what he desires. This King of Swords is just saying that you're allowing yourself to soar high. You're chasing your dreams. You have a vision that you have your eyes set on. And you're moving forward towards that in this new reality. And this also is an energy of being unstoppable. Okay, with this eagle here, this eagle sets its vision on what it desires, and it sets its vision on the target and it goes for it. And so that's exactly what you're doing. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. It's almost like you had a spiritual awakening that's taken place maybe in your current reality that allows you to see that maybe you've been wasting time on things that have nothing to do with the bigger picture. That's how this feels. It's almost like an immediate wake-up call to you that I've been doing life wrong and not on my own terms. And instead, I'm going to shift that around and I'm going to chase my dreams. I love this pile number 3. This is beautiful. I hope that this resonates with you. If so, I heard this, that you've seen through the illusion. You've seen through the illusion, guys. Let's flip this card around. You notice that the illusion is that we have been taught, especially in America, that we're supposed to walk a specific path. But it also depends on the perspective, because if you turn this card this way, you notice that so initially he looks like he's going the wrong direction and he looks like he's right. But the illusion is that he may be going in the wrong direction and he may be going in the right direction. The illusion is that no one else can dictate which direction you are going to walk in. You get to choose that for yourself. And in your new reality, that's what you've realized. And that absolutely is what they were speaking of in this Page of Wands. That's about power. And it's going to require your physical power, meaning you're going to have to align your body with that in order to move forward. You can't move if your body doesn't align with that. So I love this reading. This is beautiful, pile number 3. If it resonates, feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys have any pick a card suggestions, drop them below. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. I hope this resonates. This is beautiful. If you have a YouTube channel or something that you do, a business, drop it in the comments so that we can support each other. Okay, guys, have a good night. Bye.